Okay, so I'm sure from the thumbnail, you guys can tell what I'm going to be talking about today. If you are kind of in tune with who this person is, it's Liver King, and he was pretty famous. Well, now he's going viral again. He was kind of interwoven into the manosphere a little bit, right? A lot of people who were in the manosphere were also watching Liver King and including him in some things, and the workout culture and lifting weights and all that. So without further ado, let's get into what is going on, or what has been going on lately. Here we go.
After all that, we're just gonna make people pay that deserve it. Not many, 3 of them mainly, or 4.
I just want to say that it's crazy that he's threatening people like that. Making people pay does not sound like you're going to fight someone. Also, by the way, if you are watching this, make sure that you go to Bravo's YouTube channel to go check this out.
The liver bitch. That crazy.
I'm not going to do the entire thing here because I want you guys to go subscribe to his channel and go check him out as well.
A maniac, drug induced, right? Threatening the life of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, has to be on drugs. There's no way he's not. I mean, just look at him.
One of us, both of us.
Look at him. He looks insane.
In jail. Now there's people that think it's all an empty threat.
And there's him in cuffs.
He's not gonna do anything. He's not capable of doing anything, right? But no. I know the whole story behind the scenes.
And as far as I know, he's still worth quite a bit of money. I want to say it's $100 million at least is what he's still worth. So pulling this kind of stunt while you're worth that much money is just crazy stupid.
Words, he's not gonna do anything, right? But they don't know what's in the mind of this man, or what's not left of his mind, because I know what he's been doing. And it has to be drugs. Copious amount of drugs, illegal drugs that he's been putting into his system, experimenting with unapproved for humans medical devices that alter.
There's a part in this video. I'm gonna pause it for a second. There's a part in one of these videos where he's talking about somebody giving him a patch. And I think it might be a fentanyl patch or some kind of opioid patch, right? So he can get through his day or whatever. And I don't know if he suffered from some kind of pain. He did hit his eye with one of the rubber bands that he was working out with about, I don't know, I think it was like 6 months ago or something like that. He had an accident in his garage and one of those bands came off and hit him in the eye. So there's a possibility that he may have started taking that fentanyl patch for the pain that he was having in his eye because he got hit. So that could be one. It could be something that has to do with working out, lifting weights. Maybe he tore something. He's always been a little off his rocker, to be honest. So I don't know. Who knows? But he's crazy for sure.
Medical devices that alter the fucking mind. This asshole has been doing so many things that have fucked up his mind. That has caused this behavior that we're seeing now. And that's probably why he's been daydreaming all day and night about my balls in his mouth, saying they're fine like a sharmuta would do.
Johnny Bravo, they got fine balls like him. And
now, remember that box I showed you that he was carrying around with him to go to Austin, Texas,
that box
with Joe Rogan's face on it like a sick fuck? Do you guys know what was
so
in
far?
That box?
Johnny Bravo's the only one that has talked about that.
Now tell me what he was up to. That
he's the only one that's talked about what's in that box that he has.
This asshole has a problem with.
Make sure you pay attention to what's in that box.
Fucked up his career. Instead of looking himself in the mirror and say, "Hey, look, I look like an asshole." He wants to blame everybody
narcissists
else,
don't look themselves in the mirror, so it's probably a big reason why he doesn't. He doesn't think there's anything wrong with him.
To make everybody who he thinks did him wrong make them pay. And he starts off by going after the producers and the directors of the Liver King documentary on Netflix. He's even going after their religion, the asshole.
And then we're going to force people to fucking pay.
I haven't had a chance to look at that either.
You'll pay. Your boss, Sheldon, the other fake Jew, he's going to pay. Snurl, man.
He's crazy, man.
To direct a lie that they call the untold truth about a man that knows the truth, that's articulate enough to say, hey, you fake Jews.
Also, another thing I want to say, too, is that there's a lot of people that followed this guy and were, all for him and had his back and saying how great he was and all that stuff, right? Even before he got busted for the steroid use. So if you're not familiar, that's exactly what happened. He was trying to say that his natural life of using the supplements that he had come up with was how he got big like that, and only eating meat. And a lot of that meat was raw as well. And so that's what he was pushing and saying, that he had the body that he does from using those supplements and from eating meat. And he was busted out by the person that he was actually getting the getting the steroids from. And that's where this all started. So he's pretty angry with Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan's the one that kind of outed him in the beginning and said, nah, there's no way he's using steroids. That's where it all started. I think another reason why he's angry at him too is because he wanted to get on Joe Rogan's podcast knowing that he's got millions of followers on that podcast. And he wanted to try to clear the air and save his company and save his image by going on to the Joe Rogan podcast because of the reach that Joe Rogan has. And because Joe Rogan turned him down multiple times, and also because of the talking crap about how he's on steroids, that is what sent him flying over the edge. That's the reason why he keeps doing this. And I will have an updated video because he actually got out of jail and is still saying some crazy stuff. So it hasn't ended yet. The saga continues. This dude is crazy, man. So here we go. Oh, and for everybody that follows this guy, that used to follow Liver King, I just want to say that you've got other influencers that are just like him. What is his name? I can't remember this other dude's name. But you got like Wes Watson, and you've got, the guys that are they're clearly on steroids, right? There's Big Boy. There's all these people that look like him, carbon copies of each other. And they all act the same way. They're all exactly the same. They're all narcissistic. They're not paying their employees. If anybody calls them out, they get violent. It's the same thing. It's a carbon copy of them over and over and over again. The weightlifting community, I love to weightlift, right? The weightlifting community has just become crazy. I think along with the manosphere, they're both starting to implode on themselves. And I'm hoping that out of that vacuum comes something really good, like people who are naturally bodybuilding, who are actually taking care of themselves, so that young men now have something better to follow than this garbage here.
That they called
so,
the untold
here we go.
truth about a man that knows the truth, that's articulate enough to say, hey, you fake Jews. You're actually the fake ones.
He looks like he's lost it.
Jews. What you're trying to do is be greedy and
he's absolutely lost it. It looks like he hasn't shaved in years.
Not principle.
He's got sores on his face, which is indicative of meth use.
Just normal. That's what you guys do.
Then, of course,
his eyes are dilated.
Joe Rogan, because he feels
one's
like
more dilated than the other. I don't know what that means, but something's clearly not okay with him.
Vigorous Steve, Derek, and then me, because I did all those exposed videos on him, and now he's fucked up in his mind.
Oh, and the wife,
shit about his wife. Meantime, she talks shit to me. She said I'm a filthy piece of shit, stealing my fucking lines, that sharmuta.
And then after all that,
it's amazing to me how
that deserves not many.
The wives and husbands will ride with this and stick with it while this is happening.
Jews that have already said.
Like they don't call him out and be like, "Hey,
Derek Betterman, soon to be,
you're doing too much."
He's going to be
nope.
never a barbarian until he changes to become a better man.
Ride with them all the way down, all the way down.
I don't even know his last name. Derek, I don't know his last name either. He's a more plates, more. Let's just disrespect the whole fucking.
We're going
gender,
to make him pay.
Whole gender. Yeah. We're gonna make that guy pay. We're gonna make a few of those guys pay, and then Johnny Bravado,
and all throughout
that guy
this,
who claims to be an investigative reporter, but
he said he wants to box him. But making him pay doesn't make any sense.
That is, but y'all know what he did. An eye for an eye. Don't go any further than that. We don't need to break his fucking knees just because you can.
Joe Rogan, if he were to fight Joe Rogan, first off, Joe Rogan would break him easily, right? And he knows that. So for him to say, "Oh, I want to fight Joe Rogan. I want to make him pay," and for him to be meaning that he wants to get into a ring and fight Joe Rogan is stupid. So I think, this is my personal thought, is I think that he's just trying to goad him into coming out into public, and probably was going to use that firearm. I really honestly think so. You remember that this guy is losing millions of dollars because of being caught using steroids, right? And so he's targeting random people that had a little bit to do with it here and there that were talking about him. Do I think that he has it in him to fire at somebody? Yeah, I do. I think he would. I think that when people lose it enough and they're on drugs as well, I think it's very easy to do crazy things like that. So, like I said, he is back out. I guess he's on an ankle monitor. I'm not going to do any more. I'm not going to watch any more of this because I want you guys to go over to Johnny Bravo's channel and go check out the entire video. The reason why I did this particular video is because he's the one that has gone into depth on it more than anybody else and found intricacies and details that nobody else has found yet. So he was the first one that caught the gun in the box. And so really just it'd be better to go over and check him out, give him a view, give him a like, hit subscribe, give me a like and a subscribe. And I will figure out when I'm going to do number 2, and I will put that out as soon as possible. But I hope you guys enjoy this one, and you guys have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Peace.